But I must admit, and even though I'm not very proud of it, that a lot of times it's been anger that's been fueling a lot of my poetry. Hi there, my name is Christine Yohannes. I am an Ethiopian writer, a poet, and a journalist. I love playing with words. I love cutting them up and pasting them together just to see what they do. And that's basically what I do. I am usually inspired by everything. Even the small things end up sparking something creative in my mind. But I must admit, and even though I'm not very proud of it, that a lot of times it's been anger that's been fueling a lot of my poetry. So I think anger is my inspiration, and poetry has been a way of purging um, those emotions. So there's your catharsis. From my experience, being a creative in Ethiopia is the most difficult thing anyone could ever decide to take on as a journey, because when we're talking about art in any shape or form, it's usually expected to fit a certain mold. And the moment that you are not, um, and the moment that you don't come from what is the expected way of either using your material or expressing yourself, then it's easy to be an outcast, basically, or misunderstood. What I find really, really interesting is also the fact that everybody is an art critic. Everybody's a critic. Everybody has something to say about whatever you decide to express. So currently, being a creative in Ethiopia doesn't allow much space, but I must admit I've been seeing a lot of people. Um, I've been seeing a lot of people being more and more adventurous, and I love that. I absolutely encourage everyone to go out of the usual, out of the ordinary. Think outside the box, basically. Equality and human rights. Um, I believe that everyone has the right to exist in the way that they want to exist, and I try to portray that as much as I can. My definition of success has always been seeing the joy in my parents' eyes um, with whatever it was that I did. And I was lucky enough to have seen their eyes lighting up um, when they found out that this was the route I was taking, and they were very proud. I think that's my definition of success, when the people that you love the most and the people that you care about the most appreciate you for what you're deciding to do with your life and are proud of you and support you no matter what. One thing I love about Ethiopia, Allah. I'm sticking to my decision. I love Allah about Ethiopia. Not Talat, Allah. I believe that the one thing that should change in Ethiopia is the restrictive mentality that we have. I've always had a problem with it. Growing up in a multicultural family, in a multicultural background, with a name like mine, with a not heavy religious presence in my life, and me basically just deciding to do whatever it was that I wanted with my life, and my parents being okay with it, uh, opened up my life to a lot of people's personal opinions. And I think that that's just, it's in the minds, it's in the mentality, it's in the way of thinking. Just the belief that everyone deserves to have a say in everybody else's life. My favorite contemporary Ethiopian creative is by far Ethiopian Records. Um, I just admire, truly, truly admire the zest he has for the craft. I love the fact that he does it because he loves what he does and he has passion for it. To be very honest and very frank, I think that the Zoma project is it deserves it deserves multiple awards in my opinion. Um, I really believe that Zoma is addressing everyday Ethiopian problems in every aspect almost, all the while by staying true to its traditions. So I'm a big fan of Maskaram, and I cannot wait to see Zoma being, replicated everywhere. The one thing that it changed for me is that I shouldn't be scared of putting my work out there virtually. Um, I've had a YouTube channel since 2012, and I've only been putting one video a year on it. I'm grateful that technology does bridge the gap that would have existed had this, international crisis happened a few years back. So even though it's very sad, and I realize that a lot of people have lost loved ones, I am grateful that I've managed to overcome an obstacle that I had created in my head of thinking every time that it would have been time I didn't have to put my work out there. There's no stage to perform on, so I kind of had to create my own stage. Right now, there are so many things I wish I had done more of. Uh, but that time's passed. Going forward, post COVID-19, I think that all those things that I've wanted to do, I'm going to focus more on and do more of. But right now, I'm also trying not to plan too far ahead because I don't know what can happen. And it's uncertain times. So for now, whatever plans I have, I'll focus more on the now and what I can do now for my art and for myself. And of course, as a contribution to people that love my art and people that respect my art and people that respect art and love art in general. So, thank you.